Now, I'm a great observer of people. Matter of fact, this could apply to me. I'll tell you why in a moment. But we have got Nigel Nelson, who's the senior political commentator here at GBNEWS, and Claire Purcell, his wife, former Conservative advisor. And we're going to talk about cosmetic fillers and injections here. Now, I don't know about you, Anne, but I am very aware of this, and I'm aware of it with people for whom it goes wrong. I actually get accused on social media of having Botox and fillers and everything else.
Really?
And people, I swear, people are obsessed. And it's always men. It's always men. They don't realise there's no wrinkles on a balloon. I've got a big fat face, and and that basically
Oh,
is
but
it.
that's very true. You know, when overweight people lose weight, they go very liney, don't they?
Very
Wrinkly
liney,
in
very
face.
liney.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't have fillers or Botox or whatever it is. But Claire, you want to talk about cosmetic fillers, and my point about it is, when it goes wrong, and when you're in the company of someone where it's gone wrong, it's very hard to fix your eyes on anything else but the problem.
It is. And some people go to extremes, and it's very obvious that they've had some kind of enhancement surgery. And this particular article in the Mirror is looking at when it goes wrong, but also the incentives that some companies are using on the run-up to Christmas to encourage people to avail themselves of their services. Now, I don't have an issue with people wanting enhancements.
No.
I don't at all.
Neither do I, no.
Absolutely fantastic. I do think that some of them are particularly risky. There needs to be
I'm a bit worried about the bum jabs, where they put all this fluid into people's buttocks.
Why would you want a bigger bottom? I spend my entire life trying not to have one.
Yeah.
And then these people... I mean, these are just trends of the times, and there will always be companies who are out to make money.
But there are companies who are deliberately saying, if you want to look best for the Christmas party...
Get yourself Botox. I just don't like Botox at all, but it's Claire's body. If you ask her to frown now, see what happens to her forehead... You see, nothing moves.
No, that's not fair.
Top-ups come in January.
No, but you see, obviously that's done tastefully and very well, and that's fine. And as you say,
right.
I have nothing against anybody having anything done. But, for instance, I was in the company this week of a woman who just looked as if she had bee stings in her lips. It was...
Yeah, that's horrible.
It was really, you know...
I don't know why they do that. It's a look.
If you have them done properly, sympathetically, then it can enhance somebody's look without looking like they've been stung by bees. And it's the same as anything. You have to go to a really, really good practitioner. And I think the problem with this industry is that it's largely unregulated, and people can set up with minimal levels of education, sort of health education, to do it. And this is what the British Association of sort of Plastic Surgeons is concerned about, that you should go to a doctor. I'm not convinced that you need to go to a doctor, but I do think there needs to be better regulation. That needs to be tightened up. But I don't think people need to be vilified.
No, agree. And you have been tightened up, right? So are you happy with your tightening up? I mean, so I've nothing to compare it to, so I don't know what you looked like beforehand or whatever it is. But I don't look at you and think that you've had something done.
No, and I never wanted it to be blatantly obvious. I mean, there's an awful lot of plastic surgery I'd like to have done, but sadly don't have the funds to do it.
You see, I think it's wrong that people should even be in a position where they're apologising, because it's like saying you're apologising for having your teeth straightened or your teeth whitened or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, do what you like, but do it safely. But also, just don't go too far.
Yeah, and I think
you end
that's
up with
the
this slightly robotic look.
That's right, and it just looks plasticky, and you don't look real. That's what I find sort of the turn-off. I mean, in fairness, that Claire's Botox is not too bad.
But you wouldn't know. I mean, that's the point. You wouldn't know.
I just didn't want Claire to have any kind of enhancements, really. So, but it's not. But you know, it's not my choice.
Okay, 10 out of 10 for saying the perfect thing. Nigel, tell us about cats playing fetch.
Well, yes, they sort of play fetch. This is a study by Sussex University. What they found is that if you throw something for a cat, if it feels like picking it up, it will play fetch like a dog. However, it won't bring it back to you. It will make you go and fetch it from somewhere else, which is typical cat stuff. Yeah, it is a bit.
Well, my dog must be a cat then. I have a very nice dog, but it's dim. So if you throw something like that, it would run after the ball, but never bring it back to you. Never, ever, ever.
But it would run after it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's not much point. We just then looks at it at the other end.
No, my dog just watches other dogs go for the ball. Can't see the point at all. What the heck are they doing?
I mean, I think that the only way that our cats would actually do this, if I threw a live mouse, they might actually bring that back, but I'm not sure.
Well, is that what it's about then? It's a cat playing with something?
Well,
because they play with mice and birds
They
that way,
do,
don't
and
they?
a lot of the time it's that playing to kill that encourages them to do it. I mean, I think our cats, even if you threw a live mouse, the fact that you have done it and expected them to do something means that they're not going to do it.
No, that's a deal breaker for
Yeah,
them.
the point that the research makes is it's got to be the cat's idea if they're going to play ball.
Yes.
Right. Nigel, here we are, and we've known each other for many years on many early morning breakfast shows. And here's a story that we have, that if you're an early person, you get up earlier, it could have something to do with your DNA.
Yes, it means that the four of us here are Neanderthals, basically. And the reason for that is that we've got Neanderthal DNA, which makes us early risers. So and the way this works is that they migrated from Africa 500,000 years ago, and there, the African day and night is the same length. Not in Europe. This depends on seasons.
Oh, yeah.
And their DNA then programs them to wake up according to the seasons. So if you do a breakfast show, the chances are you've got a lot of Neanderthal DNA inside
Isn't
you.
that fascinating? Gosh, I wonder if that's true, because you can get tested now. That we are Neanderthals. We used to think, didn't we, until quite recently, that the two, Homo sapiens and Neanderthals, never mixed. But now we find they really did.
They did intermix, yeah. I mean, Neanderthals disappeared about 30,000 years ago, and the question obviously is how they came to disappear, because they were beginning to sort of intermarry with modern humans. But were they killed off? Did they just die out? What happened? No one knows the answer.
The Homo sapiens won out, but obviously a mix of the two.
I was talking about a mix of the two. I got a DNA test done on my dog, which is a rescue dog, and my dog is a mixture between a border collie, which you can see quite obviously, and a sausage dog, which you can also see.
That's peculiar.
She just looks like a black fox, really. That's what she looks like, short legs, whatever. Claire, Nigel, thank you both very much indeed. Here's your weather.